Hi. I believe we're live, potentially. How's it going, everybody? This is Two Guys, One Slot. I am the slot master, and right over here is my old Palaruski, the Russ Factor. Hi, Russ.
Well, hello, friends.
And
How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good.
I think what needs to be said first and foremost is Russ is going to sit in as long as he'd like and as long as Bubba would like. The seat is always open for Bubba to come back. Bubba thought that the podcast, it always was kind of not as fun for him, I think. And I'm probably speaking out of turn. But I don't want to speak for him, but I'm speaking for him. But I just don't think he thought it was very fun. I love old school radio. I love anything to do with radio. The Russ Factor does anything, loves anything with radio. And Bubba said, yeah, do whatever you want. If you want, it would probably make my life easier if I didn't have to do that. So everybody, welcome the Russ Factor, an old pal, as you've got to know the last couple weeks, as he sat in with Bubba. But thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for all the support. And then another thing, I guess there's a lot of elephants.
A whole lot of elephants.
The other elephant is, where's Bubba been? Bubba has had just kind of some, again, don't want to speak for him, some just been busy trying to start his business.
Yeah, and his business is a lot of physical work, guys. And I mean, he loves what he does, but like, I know he gets tired, and I mean that's what he's doing though. I mean, you got to respect that he's running his own business, and that's how he's supporting his family. So, it's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of work. And I think that, Bubba's got a very interesting story. I'll let him tell that. I'm not going to speak for him on that. But Bubba is one of my best friends for almost 30 years, 25 years. And I think everything has kind of come at him at once. Some of the things were my doing. Some of the things were just life in general. Some of the things were just whatever. And so he's taken some time off from kind of going to the casino and doing that. And like Russ said, to focus on, his building his business and hanging with his family, hanging with his kids, and, just overall making sure he's good. His mental health's good. Everything's good. So we've talked. As a matter of fact, I had not seen Bubba in, I would say probably pretty close to a month. And I'm not going to like sugarcoat anything because we're like super real. We weren't like necessarily fighting. It's just all of these things came down on Bubba. Again, some of the things that I did. And we talked through it, and I had not seen Bubba in about a month. Again, he was working, he was busy, and I was trying to get him to go to the casino, and he just wasn't feeling that. And I kind of respected that. I said, hey, bud, whenever you're ready, come back out. So tonight, out of the blue, he texted me, hey, broski, let's roll to the casino. I was kind of shocked and surprised because I miss hanging out with him. Again, he's one of my best friends, man. And again, we're trying to work through some stuff together, because this whole thing it's new to us too. It's hard and it's expensive, and throw everything into what he's got going on the outside of his life and events that have happened in his life. And, you know, it's just, he's just got stuff going on. So I was very, 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 very excited to hang with him tonight. And the good news is he seems to be doing well. It was about an hour and a half. I hung out with him at the casino. We did get a hand pay. I have not gotten a hand pay and had a successful night. I've had one with you.
Oh, did we get a hand pay?
No. I had a successful night.
You had a successful. I was like, I don't think we got a hand pay. But we had a very successful night. But yeah, I think you were talking about that. You hadn't had a hand pay in damn near over. It was over a month. What? It was like a month, almost 2.
Yeah, it was about a month and a half that it was.
Yeah.
It's just been weird, and all these other slot guys and gals that I've been talking to, it's been rough for them too. So it was. You know, it was fantastic to see Bubba. It was fantastic to get a hand pay, and we'll be posting that video soon. Nice. So again, I think that we chose to do what we're doing. Nobody's forcing us to do this, and it's not like, I don't know. We're like guys. Guys don't like talk until things like blow up, or guys aren't like girls that talk and complain about everything, right, ladies? I mean, let's just talk about your periods, ladies, can we? No, I'm just, I don't know. This whole thing came at us. We've been going a little bit longer than a year. I think that, it's just, this whole thing it's crazy. I can't imagine what, I don't know. It's been very strange and a whole new experience for all of us. And, again, we're good. He's great. And there we are. And I don't know. I don't even know. I wasn't even planning on talking about this. I just like, bleh. We're just real honest with everything that goes on and behind the scenes. And I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to talk out of turn. I don't want to put words in Bubba's mouth. He's going to talk, or he's going to tell what's going on, his story or his side, or maybe he won't. But at the same time, just respect him. Respect. He's got a lot of shiz going on. But
yeah. And I mean, to kind of pile on what Corey said, I mean, me and Jake have known each other. I know him through Corey, of course, for 23 years, and man, he's just been an amazing guy this whole time. And just kind of seeing where life kind of took him and stuff, it was wild, man. And then kind of getting into this stuff, he jumped right in. We were talking a couple weeks ago where originally the boys kind of had 2 different kinds of content. Where Jake was doing bingo and scratchers, but TikTok and everything changed. But I mean, this isn't the last you've seen of him, I'm sure. I mean, he's got content that he's putting out. I know he's putting stuff out for his business. So the best thing that you guys can do is if you follow him on social and you see stuff that he's posting, give him a what up, give him a like. He's still loving all that stuff, and I mean, he still loves you guys. I know that for sure. So there's nothing. No bad blood here or anything, and that's just from knowing what I know, kind of hanging out with these guys and stuff. So like don't be worried that things kind of went awry here or anything. That is not the case. All of us are friends. Corey and Jake are the best of friends, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. And I mean, that's definitely what Jake wants, is for the podcast to keep rolling, and Corey to be able to kind of entertain you guys while he's just sorting through some stuff, man. That's about it.
Yeah, he's gonna be back. Like Russ said, he's still. I know he took a week off because I know he took a full week off, but he'll be back. He's posting stuff now again. He's just he took a week off, I think, just all of social media, which
clear the head.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
I did that while I was out of town.
Yeah, I think
I would live for a week, and I'm like, I'm just gonna not be on Twitter.
I know.
Stop off TikTok for a little while.
It's I mean, to say, I mean, for me, and I haven't had the things that have gone on in my life that Bubba and his family have had to deal with. I luckily haven't had to deal with any of that ish. So I don't know. I can't imagine, because it's a lot. It's a lot that's going on. It's a lot to keep up on, and trying to start a business, to do all that. It's just tough. It's tough, and it's kind of like the roulette master. He's going through some stuff with. He still can't get better. He's got like an illness that won't go away. He's got pneumonia again. Can't get better. I keep telling him to chill out. Plus, he's worried about his TikTok. The
Dr. Pepper roulette system will still be there when you get better, roulette master.
I know.
Don't worry. You are still the king of the Dr. Pepper roulette system.
Nobody's going to be stealing the Dr. Pepper roulette system. I saw him today, and he was at work. I was like, "How are you feeling?" Because he still sounds like shit. And he's like, "Well, I'm feeling better." Or I can't remember what he said, but he's going in for some more scans. He says the pneumonia is still, whatever. But
everybody I've ever known that's gotten pneumonia just has that cough for like 4 months, man.
I know.
Like, they're like, "Yeah, I feel fine, but I just sound like shit."
He had this last year too, because the way that it started for him is he got COVID, and then he got better. He didn't really, maybe 1 or 2 days, I think he was out of the week where he stayed home, and then he got better, and then I'm guessing that he had like pneumonia this whole time, but I don't know. He went to Vegas and had a great time, and then came back and just felt like garbage, and he just can't. He's been on steroids for a couple weeks, and he'll be good too. So be thinking
for
about
the pneumonia, or for like getting ripped.
Yeah, he's trying to get ripped. He was trying to lose some weight in the weight loss competition. Speaking of which, let's just another elephant in the room. Oh my God. Just full of all these dumb elephants. So let me switch this over here to.
So you posted a little video last night, because of course the podcast is usually on Wednesday nights. We're doing a little late night Thursday edition this week, but you went ahead and announced the winners yesterday. Got a nice little video out, showed them the spreadsheet, and I did. Well, I rolled in there quick with a comment.
Russ Factor rolled in there quick with a comment, and that comment stated that, "Hey, bud, you mistotaled mine wrong." My cousin told me like 3 times. He's like, "Check those numbers. There's something wrong with those numbers." I forgot to put Russ's number in on the final weigh-in. Russ weighed 236.3. So Russ lost the second most weight, and still...
I technically lost, quote unquote, the most weight, but we were doing this based off of percentage. So I was checking my math. I didn't want to create, anything to kind of steal Joe's parade. But after I looked at the math, I was like, I'm second. So yeah, I was quick to post some shit on that TikTok.
You are second. The skinniest guy.
Joe, look at what Joe did. Joe, 214 originally. Man is running lean now.
He is
193.
So we're going to be in Vegas. We're leaving for Vegas next Wednesday, a week from yesterday. So he wanted to lose 3 or 4 more pounds and be like 188, 189 by Vegas. So I was dumb and forgot to put Russ Factor's weight in. Russ Factor's weight is now on the official calculator right here. And we are probably going to do this again here. Maybe January we can kick one off.
Oh, that is probably good, because November and December are rough months for weight, man. A lot of good food. And a lot of good food.
Quite
a bit of food.
The funny thing is,
so if we pick back up in January, I think that'd be absolutely great.
An interesting thing is what Joe, the winner. So Joe gets $100 from all of us. He was happy about that. He says it's going to go into a slot machine whenever we get to Vegas.
Perfect.
He said the other interesting thing was thought it was cool that we averaged 15.2 pounds each to lose. 90 pounds total out of I'm not really counting Cody because he was a late entry. 1, 2, 3 out of 5 people, 90 pounds. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of weight that
crazy.
we lost. And Roulette Master was one of my favorites, and he only lost 8.8 pounds. He lost that in a week because he lost, what week was that? He was nuts, or not a week, but yeah, he did. He went from 262 to 253. So wow. He went all the way down, but again, he was sick the majority of that time. So he'll probably want a Daniel Tosh second chance or redo on that redemption. So we're gonna give him that. So there you have it. Joe, the Slot Masters accountant, is the official winner of that. Congratulations. He is going to be what is that, $500 richer. So that's good. And not only that, his goal, he lost 21.5 pounds. It's nuts. Eating right, exercising, walking 6 or 7 miles a day, up to 10 miles a day.
If he turns that $500 into $50,000 in Vegas, I want my $100 back.
You'll have to work that out with him, but I'm sure he will probably may give some of that back. But that's funny. So he's doing a hell of a job, and congrats to him. He's kicking ass.
We all killed it, man. I mean, it was. I'm glad you invited me to be a part of that, because, like I said, I mean, I was at my heaviest when you hit me up and invited me to do it, and I'd been sitting around the last couple months going, Jesus Christ, I'm running out of time to get my shit together.
I could see when I saw you, because I hadn't seen you in a year. Well,
I was around the exact same weight when you came out, so
I hadn't seen you in a while, and you you crushed. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
And then when I saw you last week, like everybody that saw me is like, Jesus Christ, you. I'm in a weight loss competition. Like, this actually happened kind of fast. And I mean, I don't know how everybody else felt, but like, what did I lose? We figured like a little over 20 pounds or whatever around there. The first 9 like changed my fucking world. It felt like. As it continued, I felt better and better, but like, it wasn't as tremendous as that first. I mean, that was crazy. That little Santa Claus belly I had started deflating and just moving around and shit. And I don't like wake myself up snoring and stuff. So
what, you used to wake yourself up snoring?
I mean, not really all the time, but I would like if I fell asleep on my back, I'd wake up at night and I'd be like, oh, I know I was kind of like.
Oh God, you need like one of those CPAP machines.
I'm just not a back sleeper. I never really have been either. It's like if we're watching TV or something and I just doze off and pass out on my back and wake up 5 hours later, 4 o'clock in the morning to turn everything off. I'm usually like a side sleeper though, but I could tell that, as I've been losing the weight too, even that's a little more comfortable. So I mean, I'm excited to keep seeing what I can lose. I was texting you going, my foreseeable goal at 236 is to get down to 220. I mean, it's gonna be a bit of work to get there, but if we get another competition going,
we're gonna. I
think it'll make it a lot of fun.
I wouldn't gain that weight back, because how hard it is to lose. So,
and it is easy to gain it back.
Yes. How much weight did you gain when you came to Wichita?
Oh, I was crazy. I thought it was going to be insane because I kind of fucked up the last 3 days. Not like gorging myself, but like the moment we had that fucking double Q piece when I went to McDonald's with you, I think I had some Burger King the next day, and we had Spangles right before we left. I gained probably 4 pounds.
Yeah, I was going to say I gained probably 3 when I went to Kansas City.
I lost it in 3 days because I was right back to where I was. But yeah, I shedded it off again in 3 days. But yeah, as we got down to these numbers that I was at here, I've definitely seen, like, if we continue, I've got some new lifestyle things that I've got to add in, because it was definitely hitting the brakes.
The thing that I've learned, because I used to be a super fat ass. I used to be almost 500. I almost used to be 300 pounds. I was just under, and I lost 90 pounds pretty quick. And like you said, the first 10 is the hardest, and then the last 10 to get to your goal is the hardest. But the thing that I learned during that and still continue is you can never work out a bad diet. So if you have a shitty diet, there's no way that you can work out as much. So you have to have a good diet. And that's the thing. It's tough to do and it's tough to maintain, but you have to change your lifestyle. You can't go to the casino and then drive home and get a double QP with cheese.
No.
Like we may or may not have. The other thing, speaking of the weight loss, is the roulette masters, or excuse me, the slot masters accountant Joe, who won the competition. His goal is to get to his high school weight when he turns 50, and he only has about 10 more pounds, or maybe not even that, to lose. So we're gonna make sure.
If I was my high school weight, fucking shit,
Dude.
there's no way.
Or my high school weight, I was like 140. I'd have to lose 100 pounds
when I graduated high school.
I'd have to lose 100 pounds.
And I look at pictures and I'm like, I don't think I want to look. I don't think I'd want to look like that.
You look like that. You look like that one guy in that one movie that he had to lose all that weight for, where he had what was that movie? God. Yeah, that's who you'd look like. I can't think of who it is. But speaking of the winner, next week we're going to be in Vegas. And I sent him this article because we're going for the U2 concert on Wednesday night. So I'm flying out Wednesday morning. And I sent my cousin and the friend that we're going with this article. It says, New York Post, woman snuck out of U2 concert and stole $50,000 from her sugar daddy at a Vegas hotel safe. It says a Las Vegas woman was slapped with grand larceny charges after she allegedly robbed her sugar daddy. She ditched her sugar daddy at a U2 concert and stole more than 50 grand from his hotel safe. Haley was arrested last week after she took off with the cash and the casino chips belonging to a man in his 50s who she met on, quote, Seeking Arrangements, a dating site that connects sugar babies and sugar daddies.
Okay, I wonder what song she dipped during.
The comments were pretty good. Said he met the woman in a dating site 5 weeks earlier and became her sugar daddy. He arranged her to spend the weekend at Caesar's Palace in exchange for $2,500.
She's like, nah.
It said sex was discussed, but it never happened, according to the cops. She was arrested after stealing more than $50,000 from... she ditched during the U2 show. She walked across the street. Hold on, it says McNally met the victim Friday the 13th.
Oh, he'll always remember that shit.
And he handed her $2,500 in cash. They spent time together at the pool, went to dinner, and the next morning she joined him and friends again. After winning money gambling, she asked the victim to put her purse inside the safe. He said yes and gave her the code to the safe, where his personal belongings, including $50,000 in cash and $7,000 worth of casino chips, were stashed. Later that night, they went to the U2 concert at the Sphere. The sugar daddy called the cops to the Caesar's Palace Hotel and reported the missing money. McNally, the girl, excused herself to use the bathroom during the concert. She was gone for more than 15 minutes. Her quote-unquote sugar daddy texted her to ask if she was okay. She didn't respond. When she still wasn't back after nearly an hour, the victim called Caesar's Palace and asked the hotel room to be placed on lockdown, but it was too late. He knew it.
Dun, dun.
He knew it.
That's crazy. He knew, man, but
he returned
and gave her the code.
I mean, don't give a hooker your code. No. She was captured on hotel surveillance footage entering the floor of the victim's hotel around 9:30. Half hour later, she claimed she was leaving the concert to go to the restroom. She was seen again in footage entering the elevator with multiple bags. Sugar Baby was taken into custody on October 17th. And then she claimed that the sugar daddy was sexually aggressive and touching her inappropriately during the concert, and she decided to leave, which was a lie. The cops recovered.
I decided to leave and go steal all of his shit.
The cops recovered $11,700 in cash and $5,200 in casino chips during the search of her apartment. So she somehow was 40 grand, 39.
Yeah, I was like that math.
$39,000 is missing, but he got the majority of his casino chips. She's due back in court November 22nd. So what did we learn? What do you think Sugar Daddy learned? They're not naming him, so I'm guessing.
I think the code part is really the most important lesson of this story, that he gave a hooker a code to a safe.
Well, I mean,
he had $50,000 inside a fitness hotel.
Hooker might be. I probably misspoke when I said hooker.
Sorry. Sugar baby.
I was gonna say, yeah.
He paid $2,500 for companionship.
Right, because she knew better than to say it never happened. I'm guessing that it did, because that would have been prostitution, which I guess in Nevada prostitution is legal, but I think it's illegal on the Strip. I don't know.
I think it's super gray area, not legal, but not enforced. I don't know, man. I out of my world.
I just saw this. The winner of the weight loss competition said so he paid 60 grand to not get laid. Right. I do believe he is a dummy for not giving the code, but I think he's a dummy before that. In some things.
Wow, dude.
I mean, at least she was like, no, we didn't have sex, which I don't know. He probably did, but I mean, this guy has to be like super embarrassed.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, like, god damn.
I wonder if he was a bigger guy with rosy cheeks. Oh, sorry. There I go again. All right. I think that, make sure to hit that like or the share button or wherever you're watching us. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're on everything. Meow. Again, like I said, I was with Bubba tonight at the casino. We filmed some videos. We got a hand pay. It was spectacular to see him. And it was good times. I also ran into an old radio pal of Russ and I's who we saw when you were there, Brent.
Oh, Brent!
And he said that he was just on a podcast with Kid Chris that I need to listen to. So
send me the link to that.
This evening, I'm going to when I lay down, I'm gonna give that a listen, and I will.
Yeah, send that over to me. I want to listen. That sounds.
He said it was good. He was just telling old radio stories. So those are some of my funniest. Funny times.
Oh yeah, we got to get some of those guys coming through here, man. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
might be able to. I got a few of them in my bay. You got a few of them in your bay. I think I got who do I got? I got Spoon.
Oh my God, is he still in radio?
No, he got out. That's what I thought it'd be interesting to have him come around, is to tell some stories from when he was there, and then what it was like sticking in the industry longer than us, working for Pop Radio and Clear Channel until that shit went tits up.
Did he move to like Tulsa or?
He lived in Tulsa. He lived in San Antonio, I think, Tampa or Florida, somewhere in Florida, and he worked gigs in all those markets. And last I knew, he works for behind the scenes at Channel 10
here back in Wichita.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
He's been back there for at least a couple years, I think.
I mean, Brent, I think, was doing it for a very long time up until like maybe a year ago, where he was doing DJing on. He was a DJ on country radio.
Wow.
But yeah, that'd be fun. I want to have to listen to that. And then the other person I want to have on is I want to have Bull on to talk conspiracy theory. That guy is like deep into
what he's doing now?
Yeah, he's doing like some consulting. Well, this is a year ago when I hollered at him, doing some consulting and
He had a really good. Corey and I used to run 1,000 internet radio stations. It feels like, but we ran a podcast. He was doing some interesting stuff back, and he did a good job. I mean, he's got the old kind of stuff that we did back when we all worked at the same radio station together.
Yeah, he did. He was a real heavy metal dude, and he wrote a couple books. He was a lot smarter than you and I.
Yeah.
He brought the IQ average up at that radio station because we all drug it down immensely. But yeah. So Brent, I see him at the casino all the time, and he's doing. I can't remember what he's doing, but he was trying to get a group together to buy those radio stations that were all up for sale. There was. I think it ended up going for like half of what they thought it was going to go for. They originally pitched it at like 2.2 million. I think it went for like 1 million for 6 stations or something. I mean, talk about nobody listening to.
Nobody wants to get into this business.
When is the last time you've listened to radio though? Like regular radio?
About the time I left. Because I was already listening to satellite by then, like a couple years after.
I'm trying to, because you had to have that like weird antenna.
And then by the time fucking smartphones came out and we had like decent data plans, we moved over to streaming. And then by 2013, I was already on your YouTube Music, your Spotify's, and didn't look back. So, I mean, it's been goddamn near fucking 19, 18 years since I've listened to the radio.
I think it's probably easily that for me. I mean, there might be an offshoot of where I get in a old car or.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not counting that. I get in my buddy's car and we don't have aux cables on our phones anymore, so he doesn't Bluetooth in it, and then. I'll pop it on, but like, waking up and like turning on my favorite radio station every time I get in the car or having a show I listen to. No, absolutely not. Almost 20 years.
I know. Oh my God, I'm such a dummy. I know who listens to regular radio. My wife. She listens to, oh my God, I want to like,
She ever come home and tell you this crazy story about how the radio station called this guy offering him a batch of roses and he gave it to this girl that wasn't his?
No.
I've worked with people who think that fought with me thinking that was real. And I'm like, it's not real. And Rick Dees owns the rights to that bit.
Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. My wife thinks that it's the dude that died, had a heart attack, but they have the same name of the show.
Oh, Kid Craddock.
Kid Craddock.
Yeah.
Change the name of your show.
They were originally going to. They were like going to keep it for a while, but I looked at it popped on my feed the other day, and I'm like, they're still calling that thing the Kid Craddock Morning Show? It's Kid Craddock. Like there's a whole generation of listeners now that are young that don't even know who the fuck Kid Craddock is.
Hasn't he been dead for like 10 years? I mean, R.I.P. Kid Craddock, but it's time to change your radio name.
None of those guys. I mean, those guys, that's it for them, man. I don't think anybody. I mean, that show's not making the waves it was.
It was 10 years ago.
No radio
he died.
is, but
10 years ago he died. 10.
Yeah, change the name of the show.
Change it. So she'll come home and they play this noise or the sound or whatever they do. And she was like, oh my God, somebody hit the noise today. And I go, what was it? And he goes, oh, somebody tying their shoes. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And she's like, God, could you imagine they won $10,000 for getting that? And I was like, oh, I bet they did. And then she was talking about like they have like these things called love letters to I think it's love letters to Kelly. I can't believe I mean, I listen to everything my wife says, trust me, but I can't remember what the name of it was. And she was telling me that, oh my God, we're going to pay for these girls that go, they're going to get engaged and we're paying for their vacation. And you wouldn't have believed he called her on the air. And oh my God, it was so romantic. She was like, I was crying on the way to dropping my kids off at school.
And it's just two fucking people from the sales department on the phone reading a script.
I go, you know that you can buy like those scripts. There's a service where you can either buy the scripts or you can pay more for the actors. Mm-hmm. And she's like, what are you talking about? It's real.
It's not real.
It's not real. She goes, yeah.
And always remember, War of the Roses is owned by Rick Dees. So
we
none of this is true. Nothing's real on radio, and it never was.
it's like love letters to.
That's what Jin Jin Texas is saying. Yes, love letters to Kelly.
Love letters to Kelly. I should have known. It's my wife's name. I mean, so this one day I took my kids to school.
Uh-oh.
And she's all pumped. She was like, God, you're gonna have to figure out on your radio how to find this station and do all this stuff. And I was like, okay. So I got in the car, I pulled out of the driveway, and I said, hey girls, you guys want to listen to they want to listen to that radio show? And the girls in unison, no.
They fucking hate it.
Oh my God.
Even they know it's not real.
Oh my God. It's just so bad. It is so bad. It's funny. It's so bad. God. And she listens every single day. And if she misses it, she like gets sad. And I was like, "What? Why are you sad?" I missed love letters to Kelly, or they got the noise and they restarted the noise. And oh my God, it's so brutal. So there's the one person that's listening to the Kid Craddock who is no longer living. Kid Craddock show, the Kid Craddock show. Oh my God. So weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think about like, I mean, we wanted back in the business so bad, but there was never going to be a place for us. Look at how nothing ever got better after Janet Jackson's titty flopped out.
that is, there's things in life that happen and they'll never be the same. Like 9/11. Mm-hmm. Airports, everything changed. A whole bunch of stuff changed. And when Janet Jackson's titty flopped out,
yep,
everything has changed.
Everything was changed, and it never went back. And we all got showed the door one way or another, and poked around a little bit. But man, for hindsight, I'm like, I would have loved a few more years, just playing the hits. But I mean, I don't think I would have been happy. I mean,
I know.
My friend Chris.
I know. It's super duper sad that radio is gone because I loved old school radio. There was nothing better than Art Bell. There was nothing better than Phil Hendry.
Old school Love Line.
Old
Adam
school
Carolla,
Love
Dr.
Line.
Drew, special guest Snoop Dogg, stuff like that.
There's nothing better. There's really not. And I still go back and listen to those old Art Bells and Phil Hendry. Phil Hendry still cracks me up.
I still remember what Snoop Dogg used to call Adam Carolla.
What?
My main man mayonnaise.
Oh yeah. I remember that. It's the fact that the whole thing is what I'm trying, because my wife likes Phil Hendry also, and the whole thing that I'm trying to explain to her is Phil Hendry's whole gig is making fun of like those radio shows and eliciting callers and all of that. And that's the whole thing, the whole situation behind that is making fun of those fake radio stations like the War of the Roses. And that's why we at our radio station, I feel like we're popular, is because we were live. That was not voice tracked. It wasn't some guy with a recording 1,700 miles away playing the hits, talking about what's going on in Wichita, who was 1,700 miles away. We would take phone calls live on the air, and it was just, sometimes it didn't work out great for us.
No, I learned so much from working with you and Chris and everybody that was there. I mean, God, I was a fucking kid, man. and you guys let me come in there, and like that was my dream. I always say I worked my dream jobs in life backwards. Like I had the best at the first. But like the freedom that I had there to actually kind of, grow into what I still fucking do 23 years later on the internet is crazy, because like we were all our own producers. Basically, we didn't have dumb prep services like the other stations. Like we were on the frontier of the internet looking for bits and prep and like stupid shit to talk about, and then just literally banking off the fact, and this is something we never got in internet radio, is that it was free. So there was always someone calling in, and boy,
Always.
we it was so much gold.
Always.
And we never got that on the internet radio because there's that barrier. So I mean, the crazies that we met and made part of the family and made feel included, and that's something Chris was big on, man. Was like, yeah, we laugh and we goof on a lot of people, man, but like anyone that was ever a part of his show that may have had a disability or struggles with life, like Chris helped turn that around, man. These people loved doing it. He was he was open arms. He's a bug light to failure, but
Right.
that stuff that I learned from him too is that, even when we did get people on internet radio and you still do it on your TikTok lives, is we just want to, listen to people. Yeah, we might be something funny looking or haha here and there, but like we're never like spiteful or mean or hateful to people. And I think that's something a lot of the community notices, and that comes back from our radio days, man. Is just involving everybody in one way or another and having a good time. So.
Speaking of TikTok Live, if you guys did not happen to see that TikTok Live last night, which you may not have. What's up, Stephanie? How are you? You may not have seen it. We had this lady come into our chat or whatever. They have this new feature which you can just press and it automatically finds you somebody. And
which I forgot, I had a bit lined up for the very beginning of the show. When you said hi to me, I was gonna say, "We battling or what?
We battling or what?" And then I'd say, I don't do those.
I don't do those.
So this girl ate a drug or was fed a drug, or she said, quote unquote, poisoned by a man with a drug called Flocka.
It's basically bath salts.
For those of you that don't know what it is, look it up. No. She ate multiple fingers off of her hand.
She had, between two hands, she had like probably 5, maybe 6 fingers.
Maybe. And I told her, but I think that I didn't mean to say kind of the joke that...
who needs a thumb? I remember that.
I said, who needs a thumb?
She said before it all started, I do.
She goes, I do.
Like, no.
But then I told her to write a book. I was like, God, you need to write a book. And I was like, ooh,
yeah.
She probably can't hold a pencil. Ooh.
Yeah.
She ate her fingers. Multiple.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Like I've been high once or twice in my life, but like I couldn't imagine like being like so like, and I've been drunk a few times in my life. I've blacked out drunk a few times in my life. But I could never be imagining fucked up, start just gnawing parts of my body off like that. That's a world I never want to experience. Jesus,
it's crazy. It was. I think when she say she did it, maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
And I
3
said,
years ago.
And I said, okay, what part of Florida are you from? And she goes, Miami.
But it happened in Atlanta, I think.
Allegedly.
She said. But yeah, you called it. She's from Florida.
Everything weird happens in Florida or Germany, and it was absolutely bonkers. And she told me that to hit her up in her DMs to get the story, and I'm gonna get her to talk about it. So, cut to we left her live because there was like this girl that was in there. I guess it was too young because a warning label popped up. It says, you're going to get kicked off of this live. We're going to terminate your live. I'd never seen it before because one of the people that is in your live is underage. So it was one of the girls that was in the 4.
So everybody had to bail before they all got kicked.
So everybody bailed. And then we came back. And she was like crying. And I was like, can we... She goes, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And then she goes, you want to battle?
Did you see me posting those little emojis in your chat the whole time. Like,
and I was like, okay, I will battle. And I told everybody from my live, and they did awesome. Went over and gave her a whole bunch of gifts.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. But she was like, hit me up my DMs. I'll tell you all about it. So I did, and I have yet to hear back. So we're going to see. I'm going to find all about it. And then, because I was reading more about it, and there was that dude that ate another person's face off in Miami.
Yeah.
There must
That's
have
the
been
first time I'd ever heard of bath salts, the drug, and it was out of Florida, of course.
Miami, same place. There must have been some bad.
And it was literally on like imagine like an overpass with the chain fence over the bridge and the sidewalk. This naked man, tackled this other dude right there and just started eating his face. And this was what, probably like, oh God, it's time as an enigma to me now. At least 10 years ago.
I think it was because that's the time that those people, they were calling it like the zombie drug or whatever, and pretty crazy.
Yeah,
pretty crazy stuff. But I'm guessing that she's going to. I need to download that segment of my TikTok live, because I can download the segments of TikTok live. You can't. It's not like YouTube where you can go rewatch them. But
yeah,
I need to download that and like edit it down and be like, what? It was crazy.
Master, why you so mad at TikTok? What's going on, bud?
It's crazy.
TikTok's a piece of shit, but what's going on? They stopped paying you?
Who, Roulette Master?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates TikTok now.
Fucking assholes.
I know. And that's a lot of money they're outing him, because he had like 6 million views, I think, that they're not paying him for.
The fuck?
He's not happy. All right, what else you got on your topics, Russ Factor?
We wanted to talk about a little bit about we're kind of drifting back and forth to our talks about Vegas, but me and Steven talking a little something about our friend. Well, hello, Vegas policy.
Vegas policy.
So this is a TikToker that me and Corey both follow. I know some of you in the community know him too. On TikTok, he doesn't, can't gamble in there, so he just walks around Vegas on the strip and everything, and talks with people. Gambles over in his YouTube, but and hates Resorts World. But he was talking about that he posted 2 videos and never real much follow up on him, that he got scammed on U2 tickets. And got a lot of comments on it. And that first video, it didn't set well with me, because immediately the next video was like videos of like stuff inside the lobby of the Sphere, like the robot and stuff. And I'm like, is he not gonna do this? And then I started going to Twitter, and I found literally 2 posts about people saying, yeah, everybody's getting scammed. I'm seeing it all over TikTok. And I'm like, the only thing I've seen about this is Vegas policy. And then he posted it again with StubHub,
where he,
I guess,
same
and he was
thing?
talking to the person at the Sphere.
Okay,
and they're just like, no, you can't do it. You can't do it. Well, I mean, reading a little bit about it, yeah, Ticketmaster and the venue didn't want there to really be other ways for you to buy the tickets, but and even if you use Ticketmaster, there's a step you have to take. And from what I know about these third-party tickets, if you read and follow the directions, it should work. Not telling you to go out and buy third-party tickets, but you have to have the ticket in Ticketmaster, and then you have to take an extra step to move it to your device's wallet, meaning your Apple Wallet if you're on an iPhone, or your Google Wallet if you are on a Android device. And both times in both of Vegas policy's videos, he's just holding up the little page from the actual like thing. He didn't do any of that. So I'm like, I don't know, dude. I'm not hearing anyone else talk about this, and you didn't do it right. So I'm not calling the dude a liar. I'm just saying,
I think it was a user error. I think it was user error, and he was talking about it the other night.
Now that's the thing, though, is these tickets that you get from third parties, like they give them to you like the day before. Like, you don't get these shits right when you order them, so it does kind of suck. And it's like they're very clear. Like, I know Vivid's very clear that like, hey, there's a process. We're gonna send you all the instructions. You have to do this.
And Ticketmaster is real, like you can't. It's very, very strict on things you can do and can't do.
I thought I had to, I was like, okay, I'll log into my account on Sarah's phone and put her ticket on her phone. Nope.
No.
Can't do that. They both go on my phone. And I'll just, they're right next to each other. We'll be there and just 2 tickets we're in.
And you have to be there. The ones that I have to show my Ticketmaster. I have to be logged in my account. There was like 7 steps that I had to do. And that was, I'm guessing, to combat the second market. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's a lot harder to transfer the tickets than, say, like a Taylor Swift.
Right.
God damn, I was trying to go the whole night without saying her name. Couldn't do it. My bad. Tried. Yeah, it's just
canon event. It was bound to happen.
It's rules and rules and rules to go through. To like my tickets, you could buy. The ones that I got were like non-transferable, meaning I got them during the pre-sale from like U2's, like U2.com. So there was 8 things that I had to click through. It says you can't sell these, but you could buy like some sort of like weird insurance, and stuff like that. You had to press this button and this button and this button. But the main thing that they want you to do is they want you to buy those tickets directly from the Sphere. So I guess, I mean, Ticketmaster is probably a secondary market too, because they want you to be at the Sphere, and then I guess it'd be like Vivid Seats would be third party. They're the only authorized reseller, I guess. Ticketmaster is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it'll be weird. I got my Ticketmaster tickets. I got a little side thing worked out for some GA tickets too. That if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I got the official Ticketmaster tickets and ran through the steps. So
okay.
At least I got seats.
Okay. Okay. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be so fun. A week from yesterday. Oh, the days go so slow.
Then they go quick.
And then they go quick. They do.
Yep.
All right. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do a podcast and just record it and play it. But Wednesday we'll be out of town. This time next Wednesday we will just be starting the concert. Oh my God, so crazy. We'll figure that out. We'll get a good schedule going. And again, Russ is just going to be kind enough to hang out for however long. And if Bubba doesn't ever want to come back to the podcast, I get it. But hopefully he does. We're going to, and he, he's just taking a little bit of time off, busy working, all that type of stuff. Rewind, watch the very beginning of that. And to hear all the explanation, and then
why you're looking at my ugly mug?
Why you're looking at my ugly mug? But
no, I thank you guys though. We talked about that earlier, and then I said a couple weeks ago is you see me, I'm friends with these guys. I've been a part of getting all this stuff going with them and helping them out since the very start. I'm always happy to step in front of the microphones and the cameras too, and that's kind of just what's happening now. Is I'm just keeping the seat warm and enjoying my time while I do it.
Seat warm, seat taken. All right, so make sure to like all of go follow Russ Factor on. He does a show, a gaming show. So if you're into the gaming industry, on Twitch.tv, the Russ Factor, the Russ Factor show.
Where's my shameless plugs?
Oh, look at that.
There they are.
Oh, holla. He's on Twitch, TikTok, and the X Factor. But give Russ a follow on all those. And, when Bubba starts posting some more videos, he's going to. I saw him tonight. Like I said, rewind the video, like and all those videos too. It was fun to hang with Bubba tonight. It's like
that's awesome. I'm glad you guys got
It's like the gang was back together, baby, and we hit that hand pay. What? All right, so Russ Factor's gonna he likes this stuff, and I always just want to do some fun things. So anyway, we're going to do that.
I got one more. I got one more before we get out of here.
Go on.
I have a choice. Do we want weird kind of story, or do we want a how we've strayed farther from God breaking news update? I'll let you choose.
Hold on. What was the first?
The weird kind of what story? Ugh. Or a we've strayed farther from God today breaking news.
A.
All right. This is just a weird story, totally random. Doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about tonight. But I wear a lot of headphones in life.
I saw
Master
this.
does too.
I saw this.
I have these Oakley glasses, and this one keeps filling up with like this blue fucking like turquoise bullshit from the chemicals or however stuff react. I don't know how to make it stop, but like it'll build up in there, and I can feel it like in there sometimes. And I gotta go in there and like fucking squeeze. It's disgusting. How do you get rid of that shit? It just keeps coming back.
What is it?
I don't know. It's I'm thinking that it's some reaction from my like this thing was pulled out a little, and it lives under this headphone, and it gets a little sweaty in here. But I think it was some sort of reaction from my skin that got in there that's basically doing something to the dumb metal on the glasses, and it creates that kind of like you've probably seen like metal that looks like it's not algae, but it's got that fucking turquoise fucking shit all over it.
Can't say
That's
I've
like
ever
what's
seen
going
that.
on in my earpiece.
Can't say I've ever seen that, Russ Factor.
I've read about it. It's a thing. Don't worry.
I thought you were going to go in a completely different direction because you said headphones. I was reading this thing about a headphone head where these people are shaving
I have a dent? No, I don't have a dent.
Shaving their head, and they're having these indentations in their head. Which I saw some of these like gamers that game 8 to 12 hours a day that are live streamers for 4, 5, 6 years. They have a dent in their head, and that's the craze is to shave their head and see their dent.
Yeah, a lot of people make fun of one of my favorite streamers, Tim the Tap Man, about they call him a dent because he has a bald head.
Maybe
he has a little dent.
Maybe your Oakley glasses are like Chokley or something. Are they real?
I don't know, but this side doesn't do it at all. It's just this side.
Oh, I think you froze. Why'd you freeze, Russ? Oh, there we go.
There we go. So
that's crazy. And I don't know why.
Do you want the other story? I'll tell it to you. It's just a quick headline I read today.
Yeah.
Streamer Amaranth.
That's one of my friends. B-Hub. You know B-Hub from the C-Funk and B-Hub 5?
Uh-huh.
That's one of his favorite like things to like randomly send me is her.
Yeah.
Go on. For those of you that don't know Amaranth, she was a quote unquote hot tub streamer on Twitch. That's how she got her start. She would sit in a string bikini and somehow pass all of the Twitch guidelines and not ever get banned. And she'd sit there like 98.6% naked on Twitch. Go on.
She's gonna be doing a little collaboration. She's gonna have her own beer soon.
Okay. What are they gonna call it?
I forget what they're gonna call it, but let me tell you what the secret ingredient is.
Her sweat from her thong bikini.
Vaginal yeast.
Okay. Good night, folks. We will see you next week on. We may have to rename. It's Joe said 3 guys, 1 slot. Who's gonna ski? Russ Factor's gonna ski after that. All right, folks. We will see you guys next week. Thank you. Make sure
to get a swig of that beer.
Hit that thumbs up on the way out. Hopefully, we can get that one girl who ate her thumb off. What's she do? I mean, she's got to hate YouTube. It's a reminder to give that thumbs up. You're right. We have strayed from God, and we will.